does, yeah. Kind of a really depressing, area in general here. So the alienage is not exactly not as had the fun of the best of times or as of recently. Kind of find it weird that the plague came in general. I'm not really sure if the plague was a legitimate plague, or if it's just a plot for the adventurers to just take people. Because they said that a few people were actually sick, but I don't know if they were telling the truth or if they were like told and just they were convinced that they were sick, or I don't know. But the fact that there was a plague, or that there was the purge, and then probably I think the riots were part of the purge. I think they were the same, but the whole compounding fact, and then alienage getting attacked, kind of a shitty situation to have in general. Both of these doors go to the same way, so it doesn't really matter which way I go. The door in the far back is just for show. Doesn't actually go anywhere, so they have a door just for show, apparently.
Yes.
I love how you can still hear the screamings of like you can hear these terrifying sounds. Even though people already are dead and moved on, or not moved on, I guess, because they are spirits. So I think I have a lot of really shitty rolls in this fight, because I get a lot of misses on a character who's standing still, like a lot of misses. Just a shit ton of misses for whatever reason. Alistair gets swarmed by, I think that's 5 people. Now 4 because it's killed the shade. And that was a hex. There's a bunch of hexes in that guy for some reason. I don't know if that was Sir Otto work. I don't think you have to worry about Sir Otto, in general. Now Sir Otto's getting surrounded by, at least he's getting attacked by 2 guys, but he's surrounded by 3. I want to get the problem away with the greater shade, but I'm missing half of my attacks, which is getting annoying. A lot of the combat in this game is sort of based on RNG, whether or not you hit the person, how much damage you do when you hit. You can definitely level that up and try and get as much damage and hits as you possibly can, but it is still very RNG based, so I can't exactly be like, oh, of course I'm totally missing on purpose. We do level up, however. I think we leveled up. I mean, I assume that's what it was, but I have been mistaken because Win does do a few things. We did, okay. 1 to strength, 1 to cunning, and 1 to dexterity. I think that's what I go with. And I think we start working on the assassin skill tree. So Feast of the Fallen, we get stamina when we kill someone with a backstab. Lacerate, I think, does more damage. When we get a backstab, then it inflicts bleeding. Exploit weakness does additional damage based on cunning when we get a successful backstab attack. And I think the Market of Death is, I think we've seen it before during combat before. I think we get Market of the Death, either that or I go back and get dual weapon mastery or pinpoint strike. I think I get pinpoint strike actually. I think now I get pinpoint strike, and then because I wanted to finish that up before I got into assassins. But I think we've already seen Marker of the Death. It makes your enemies take more damage from all sources, as well as slowly tick down. I think Hal used it, the Jarl of Denerim, that we killed. We murdered horribly in his own house. But he was an asshole, so I'm okay with that. I mean, generally I wouldn't be okay with killing someone in their own house, but, when you're torturing people who are trying to find their friends, and you're trying to keep out shitty things you've done under wrap, then you're an asshole. So, yeah, Rage Abominations just pop out of the ground with, I think it was an elvish child, saying that the voices will protect him. So I think there might have been a mage within the alienage. In case you're wondering why there's fire explosions, when a Rage Abomination dies, he blows up, and then there's a fiery pit of doom. That's pretty much my entire reasoning. Yeah, I think there must have been a mage within like a child mage, and he probably got taken in by a spirit. But they don't really give you much closure, as you'll see in the next room, which is kind of upsetting.
You think you are safe?
Kind of.
Though the golden city has fallen, I have seen your face and your light. I am you.
Save your pedantic chant for your sermons, Templar. You have killed my brood.
The Maker compels you. Show yourself.
The Maker. There is no Maker.
The Exorcist is open here.
There is no golden city. But there are demons.
He picks up a book. Ooh.
I hear not your blasphemy. By Andraste and all the divine after her, I order you to face me.
You delusional fool.
So yeah, I think this is. He said this. We killed his brood, so I assume this is going to be the last demon, or at least you would assume, because his brood would imply that they were his people. And that was pretty quick, and you're like, oh, that's nice and easy.
We have done it again. I feel the darkness receding. I've seen the work of demon before. Some malefic Karam consort with them, but the Maker must have guided.
Oh shit! Just giant Triton spear thing stuck in him. Which is why I feel like I've messed up this mission, and I don't know why or how. He just gets murdered. Just straight up murdered right there. And this is like a legitimate like a mini boss. So not really sure what to think about this. There's a lot of fire in this area, a lot of traps, which I don't know how I keep triggering, but I trigger like 12 different traps, trying to keep everyone healed. And for whatever reason, he's fighting Wynn out of everyone. Yeah, there's like 3 traps that I got triggered just right then and there. I think Wynn might die here. I was trying to taunt with Alistair, but he was out. So I'm trying to use my Winter's Grasp, which I assume does a lot of damage towards lesser rage demons, considering they are literally on fire. So fire, ice on fire, probably very effective. Now I'm sitting on a giant fire spout. I'm not sure where the traps come into. I'm not really sure if you can see said traps or where they would possibly be. But there are quite a fuck ton of them. I remember this fight. So when I first tried this fight in the court session that died, I think I had to restart the fight. And that's why I'm thinking that there's a second time I do this. But I think this time I win the fight, and as I win, something happens, and yeah, it's not exactly the best of times, but I wanted to use group heal, but at the same time, does not appear to be. Ow! Winter Scraps does so much damage. I wonder if I should have probably turned on frost weapons. That would have been a very, very good idea, because then we all do frost damage. So there's the last guy who died. And then trap triggered, and then they kill Liliana and Wynn at the same time as we were completing that mission. I was like, God damn it, game. Why, game plus? Why would you do that? So that is the end of the mission.
I'm off.
Like I said, it doesn't give you as much closure as you wanted to. Because you don't really have any idea what the fuck just happened. Or at least I don't. Maybe I fucked up and messed up this mission a few times. Like, maybe I didn't talk to the right person at the right time or whatever. But the Templar, who is blind, just runs in and dies, and then for whatever reason the game remade him, like the running animation to him running over. But we have finished the mission, so I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Did that just... Is that a thing? Is he still alive? But no, it's not at all. I had to go back and double check that. But the mission is finished. They don't really give much closure. They just killed the Templar. And you're like, well, is everything gone now? It says the haunting and supernatural feelings are done.
The bad men, they are quiet. They call for blood no more.
Is this your amulet? It was found in the orphanage.
It's my grandma.
We just put this in the box, by the way.
It, sir. May I have it?
Probably should have talked to her before going in.
I feel like a mist is leaving. Oh, thank you, sir. I have to live my life.
Not really sure if I should have talked to her beforehand. I probably could have. But I really don't feel like there was a lot of closure in that. I was just sort of like, okay, go in this with this guy. He's really, really cool, and now he's dead. And you're like, what? No, please don't kill him.
Let me get a look at you. Maker, don't they feed you, wardens?
No.
You're all skin and bones.
Technically, there aren't any wardens left except for me, Alistair, and the Redorian.
You hear that, Saurus? No, everything's fine. If it looks a little messy, it's because I had to pull up the floorboards to get this out for you. It belonged to your mother. I think you should have it now.
Aww.
I know you'll do great things. You already do.
Thank you. I don't actually know what this item is. I assume it's one of the daggers we get. I think it's Fang. Which I think does more damage. I think it... Yeah. It's less DPS, but it does more attacks, so I think it means that our attacks are more likely to hit. So I think it's like 1 less damage, so I'm not exactly like going to cry over it. So now I speed things up because I sell a bunch of stuff, and I don't know how exciting selling stuff looks. And I'm just going to be sitting around here trying to just get a bunch of items sorted out for everyone. Alright, so now I think we could talk to a few people. I think I want to talk to Liliana to talk about like the marriage and get that
Do you
all
remember our discussion?
out of the way, but she wanted to talk about the discussion.
About Marjolaine
And this is not the discussion I
and my
thought she was
doubts about
going
my
to
path.
talk about.
I just wanted to tell you that I thought about what you told me, and you were right.
Thank you.
Despite what Marjolaine says, I am not like her. I know that now. I have found peace in knowing the Maker, and nothing will change that. I followed you to make the world a better place, and as long as I keep that in mind, I will not fall. Sometimes, it takes another to show us the truths we hide from ourselves.
It was my pleasure. Or so did I get a reward?
You'll just have to wait and see, won't you?
That's right. It's like, can I get a reward? Please.
Well, aren't you sweet?
So I think I wanted to talk to her, see if I can talk about
Of course.
the whole marriage thing, but I don't know. I don't see the prompt. I don't talk to her about Marjolaine.
There are many rumors about spies, or legion or otherwise. What are you referring to exactly?
I think actually something I heard made spies seem dangerous, because I don't want to insult her. Because I want to like make her say, "I can't trust you. What are you trying to do?" Or is it the top one? They say you'll do anything to achieve your goals.
I admit I have done many despicable things in my lifetime. I do what I have to do. So do you. So does everybody. Sometimes we must do terrible things to get what we want. If it is any consolation, I always try to use non-violent means to achieve my ends.
What sort of non-violent means? Or that's good to hear.
Some bards rely on torture to get what they want. It works effectively, as many will bend under the threat of bodily harm.
Actually not true,
But there are better
sure.
ways, more subtle and kind. You will be surprised how easily a person will open up to you, even if all you offer is a listening ear. People respond eagerly to others who they believe understand them. They seek approval, friendship, sometimes love. This can be exploited.
Not exactly what you should be saying to the guy you're dating, but okay. I think I say this is better than... Or it's good to know. Okay.
One that can be won with little bloodshed if one plays well.
So then I was like, you thought it was a game? Well, what? Should I be worried?
Everyone can be seduced by the right woman. The trick is predicting who she is and becoming her. Master the game, and no one can resist you.
And would you say you've mastered this game?
If I might be so bold, yes, I was quite good at it. Sometimes, all I had to do was toss a glance and a smile. Men read promises into such things, and will go to great lengths to see that promise fulfilled.
Maybe you could just smile at the blight and tell it to go away.
I could... what? Oh, aren't you funny? I see your point. We will slay this darkspawn using conventional means, pointy sticks and all that. But come, it is getting late, and there is much to be done. Well, aren't you
I
sweet
think
and attentive?
now I just go. I was trying to see if I can get the conversation with her and explain the marriage before she gets really